Hi everybody, Brian Hoxie here. We are at Hinkle Fieldhouse in Indiana for the state semifinals, 1952. The Hickory Huskers against the West Lafayette Pirates. So the Huskers are 16 and 7 on the season. West Lafayette is 22 and 1. They've had an absolutely fantastic season here and they're both here in the state semifinals. It is Thursday, March 20th, 1952. So Hickory, obviously the starting lineup, they get Jimmy Chitwood, Merle Webb, Buddy Walker, Ray Butcher, and Everett Flatch, Coach Norman Dale. And for West Lafayette, Dean Vogel, Francis Fisher, David Onspall, James Barley, and Pat Klein. All right, so again, if you haven't seen any of my other videos, playing this with Highlight Maker Hoops from PLAAY Games. I am not used the minimum scoring mechanic. If the segment ends and I'm not worrying about how many open spaces there are, it's just the quarter ends. I am using the scoring caps. So if a team reaches their scoring cap, again, the quarter is over and we figure out the score. What I've been doing in the postseason here is on timeouts, depending if it's one sub or two subs. Um, I'm rolling a decider die. Dot the sub comes into the game, blank they don't, and then we roll on the coach's result. Um, I think this game, and if Hickory wins the championship game, if any cards come up with the injury, I think I'm going to ignore that. So just kind of want the game to play out with the guys that are in the game in the game. So I think that's about the only adjustments to the regular rules that I'm using. I have the new low scoring college chart that came with the new play down set for the college. This is supposed to be around 55 points a game. I think it's, if not the same, very similar to the chart that Travis Jansen came up with a month or so ago for using like for high school teams. All right, I think we got that out of the way. Here we go. I'm gonna see if Hickory can advance to the state title game. I've went back and forth on if they didn't make it, what I would do, if I would do a what if, and I still haven't decided. So I kind of was waiting to see if they ever lost. And so far in the postseason, they've uh, they've won all their games, four straight games here in the postseason. So all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I am keeping some notes and stuff on the side. So if there's a little delay in after each card, that's what I'm doing here. I've got a little chart thing that I use to keep track of impact points and the scores and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, here we go. Hickory and West Lafayette. First card of the game. No momentum because we're just starting, so we're looking for the bump. Jimmy has it. Dean Vogel does not, but the hand signal is going to give Vogel a chance to deny it. He's got some defensive qualities. Let's see what he comes up with. A 1, defensive skill. So yeah, Vogel, right off the bat, first card, he's going to deny Jimmy Chitwood. And rotate, bring up Merle Webb and Francis Fisher. Looking to see if the visitor player has offensive smart. Fisher does not, so he's going to throw the ball away. Turns the ball over. Both rotate. David Onspall and Buddy Walker. Visitor player with defensive smart. No, he does not. So Buddy Walker is going to score for Hickory, and they're going to move them, be the first to move them on the scoring track. So Buddy will stay on top. We'll rotate to James Barley. And we got a coach card. All right. So we are going to discard a fact. First, we're going to see if Norman Dale does indeed bring in Whit Butcher. Adati does. No, he does not. So he's going to stick with the starting five. Now let's see what happens out of the timeout. A 10, and that is neutral. About the only reading that Coach Dale doesn't have. So unfortunately, Hickory's going to not be able to get anything going off the timeout. And both players will rotate. Visitor player with offensive spark. Pat Klein, no, he does not. He has defensive spark. So he's going to travel. Rough start here for both teams. Probably a lot of nerves. No momentum. We're looking for the grab quality. Both players have it. The tiebreaker is the visiting team, which in this game is West Lafayette. But Everett Flatch is going to get a chance to deny it. So we'll see if he can. And the 3, defensive power. Oh, he does. He has defensive power, and because it's underlined, he is going to not only make the stop, but Hickory is going to transition and score the other way. It's a big play by Everett Flatch here in the first quarter. Home player with defensive reach. Yes, he does. He has defensive reach, so he's going to block Francis Fisher's shot. We'll have to rotate, though, but that brings up Jimmy Chitwood, and see what he can do. Nobody scored on last card, so no momentum. Looking for leap, and neither player has it. So they'll just both rotate. Last card of the first quarter. Visitor player with offensive reach. No, James Barley doesn't have offensive reach, so he's pushed away by Merle Webb and won't score. And we are at the end of the first quarter. Like I said, no minimum. I'm not using minimum scoring. So yeah, nice first quarter defensively for Hickory. And let's see, they have 2, so it'll be 2-0, and that translates to 7-2. So slow moving first quarter for both teams, but Hickory got a couple good plays from Walker and Flatch. So go to the second quarter. We'll start it out with Buddy Walker and Pat Klein. Oh, I need to adjustments. 0 plus 6 is 6, and 2 plus 5 is 7. All right, so we're ready to go there. All right, here we go. Looking for the snag. That is Pat Klein. So Pat Klein is he has a snag and underline, and Buddy Walker does not have that quality. So West Lafayette's going to move their marker for the first time. And West Lafayette is going to take a timeout. Rufus Trolley, coach for West Lafayette, going to take a timeout. First, let's see if he's going to bring in John Banter or not. He does. Okay, so Banter's in the game. And we'll roll on Trolley's coaching. And a 3, so energized. So yeah, Banter comes in, gives him a little bit of a lift, and we are tied at 10. Visitor player with offensive reach. John Banter doesn't have that, so he's pushed away by Everett. Looking for the grab. Um, both Pat Klein and Jimmy Chitwood have grab. The tiebreaker is the trailing team. Neither team is trailing, so the tiebreaker is the home team, which is Hickory. So Jimmy Chitwood gonna win that tiebreaker. Give Hickory the lead here in the second quarter. We got an unusual result. An 8, and that's going to be the trailing team. Get a little bit of a rally here. It's Vogel, so he's going to move the marker. Jimmy's going to rotate. You're tied up 14. Visitor player with offensive smart. Yes, Vogel has offensive smart, so he's going to put West Lafayette in the lead, I believe, for the first time today. Brings up Buddy Walker. Visitor player with offensive power. Vogel. No, he doesn't have offensive power, so he's unable to convert at the hoop. Buddy Walker bothers him on the shot. And we're looking for push. Neither Francis Fisher or Raid Butcher have the push qualities, so we're just going to rotate. Down to the end of the first half. And a coach card. Like I said, I'm not using the injury for either team, so it's just going to be a regular timeout. Again, we'll see if Norman Dale wants to bring in Whit Butcher. Dottie does. Okay, he does. So Whit's in the game. Let's see what kind of play he can call up. And he gets a 2, which is energized. So Whit Butcher moves the marker for Hickory. We got one card here left. Yep, one card left in the first half. And Hickory did score, so they'd had the momentum. But Whit Butcher doesn't have yes, so we're going to switch it around and see if Barley has snag, and he does not. So that's the end of the first half. End of the first half. We didn't have any free throws, and each team moved the marker 4 times. So that's going to put our halftime score at 19-19. Wow, what a slugfest this has been. Both teams are tied, so we'll go up to 9-9 on the scoring track. So we'll go to the second half. 19-19, state semifinals, 1952, Hickory and West Lafayette. All right, I'm going to start with John Banter and Everett Flatch. Start the third quarter. Visitor player defensive reach. No. Everett Flatch going to score for Hickory. John Banter didn't have enough reach to stop him. Visitor player with defensive skill. That's Pat Klein. He does not have defensive skill. So Everett's going to score again. His defensive reach, smart and spark, but not skill. And we got a rough look. We're going to discard a fact. The rough look. Dean Vogel is going to win that one. He has the circle star, so he's going to get 2 shots for West Lafayette. Clanks on a 4 and a 9. 8 is good, and 7 is good. So Dean Vogel with a couple of free throws. Both players will rotate. Francis Fisher and Jimmy Chitwood. No momentum, looking for the bump. They both have it. Tiebreaker goes to the home team, but Francis Fisher is going to get a chance to deny Jimmy Chitwood. So let's see what happens here. And he's got a power and reach that's going to go the other way. So here we go. 2. Does he have defensive quick? Yes, he does. So Fisher going to make a nice defensive play on Jimmy Chitwood and keep him away from the basket, which is tough to do. Nobody scored, so no momentum. Looking for the leap. Merle Webb. He has the leap quality, so he's going to score for Hickory. Home player offensive spark. Oh, yeah. Merle Webb, he has offensive spark. It's underlined, so he's going to move the track 2 spaces. And Hickory has hit the cap here in the third quarter. All right, so let's first reset the scoring cast. 4 plus 6 is 10, and 9 plus 5 is 14. Hickory in good shape here. I believe I have to rotate Barley. So let's see. So yeah, West Lafayette didn't move the track at all that quarter. They got 2 free throws. And Hickory has 9 and no free throws, so 9-4. So we are at 34-24. 34-24, 10-point lead for Hickory. As we go to the fourth quarter of the state semifinals. Winner gets South Bend Central in the championship game. All right. See if Hickory can hang on here. 34-24, start of the fourth quarter. Merle Webb, John Banter. Looking for the push. Merle Webb. He has push. John Banter does not. So Hickory really starting to pull away now. Visitor player with offensive power. Nope, he's unable. Backline's unable to convert. Merle Webb with the defensive play. Looking for the tip. That is Dean Vogel. He has tip. Buddy Walker does not. But Buddy is going to have a chance to deny it if he has defensive reach, and he does. So Buddy Walker with a nice defensive play. Probably Hickory's best defender. Stops Vogel. Visitor player with defensive reach. Yes, and it's underlined. So Francis Fisher going to make a nice defensive play on Raid Butcher. And West Lafayette's going to score the other way. Visitor player with defensive power. Again, yes, and underline. So Fisher, senior center, making a couple plays here to see if he can get his team back in the game. Time's running out, but we'll see. Visitor player with offensive quick. Well, he's not offensive quick. He has defensive quick. So he's going to turn the ball over. Visitor player offensive skill. David Onspall. No, he does not. So he's going to be called for double dribbling. Looks like Hickory's going to the championship game here. Rough luck, we're going to discard a fact. Looking at the symbols, Merle Webb with the clover, James Barley with no symbol. So Merle Webb's going to get the 2 shots. Clanks on a 2, 3, 4, 5. So he makes the first one and makes them both. So 2 free throws for Hickory. Both players will rotate. Last card of the game, and it's a coach card. So it's going to go to West Lafayette. Let's see if they bring in Bud Bud Bunton. Dot they do. They don't. So look for the time out of the timeout. It is a 10, and kind of fittingly, it's just a neutral result. Nothing happens, and that's the end of the game. So Hickory, wow! I tell you what, the tight first half, not much scoring, but Hickory really picked it up. Merle Webb and Everett Flatch kind of led the way there for Hickory. So Hickory had 10 impact points. West Lafayette had 6, and they both had 2 free throws. So see what the final score is here: 10-6, 43-32, 43-32. Hickory wins in the state semifinals. Gives West Lafayette only their second loss of the season. They finished 22-2. Hickory is now 17-7, and they will take on undefeated South Bend Central in the state championship game. Man, what a game! That first half was just a defensive battle or offensive not good, one or the other, a little bit of both. But then the second half, Hickory really picked it up. And yeah, Merle Webb, 4 impact points. Flatch had 3, and then 1 each for Buddy, Jimmy, and Witt. So, yeah, so they have a couple days off. Saturday night, back here at Hinkle Fieldhouse, it'll be the Hickory Huskers against the South Bend Central Bears for the state title of 1952. All right, well, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Kind of cool that Hickory is through this playthrough. It wasn't necessarily trying to mimic the movie in any way, but they've just won games when this postseason started, and lo and behold, here we are. We're in the championship game with Hickory. So looking forward to playing that out, see how it plays out, and we will do that in the next couple days and see what happens. Appreciate you watching. Any comments, go ahead and leave those. I'm not a big worrying about likes and that, but if you do like the video, like the project, and hit the like and leave a comment, that'd be kind of cool. Love to hear what you guys have to say. So I will talk at you later and have a good rest of the day. Talk to you later. Bye.